Right, hello. My name is Steve Brown. It's very exotic. I'm probably the most exotic young white male here. I guess we're from a little bit left field. I'm from a company called Unit 9. And we've summed ourselves up as an innovation studio. So we're basically an industry neutral production partner across every really facet of B2B or B2C because of our experience and understanding of modern technology and modern user experience. So we traditionally partner with ambitious advertising agencies and brands, but recently we've started bringing our expertise to other sectors as well as bandwidth expands. So we were founded like 20 years ago. Founders are three school friends from Florence. They wanted to dodge the Italian military draft, so they come to London, thought the internet would be a thing, and set up a company. So now we're 150 people worldwide. We're globally known as one of the top 5 production companies globally. And from those early days of what was building CD-ROM software, flash banners, super boring things, our company's really grown with bandwidth. Internet bandwidth has pushed digital technology to where it is today, and that means that our commercial ability has increased tenfold. So our latest kind of specialist sector has been VR and AR. So that's kind of what I've been called in to talk to you today about. We were the first company in the UK to create a specialized VR department in the advertising industries. And we were the first company in the UK to create a 360 film. I'm sure you've all seen a 360 film, and I'm sure you're all very bored of them. So we've been very fortunate to win a host of awards, which hopefully will give me a stool to stand on and sound respectable. So, VR, AR, MR. Frankly, it's all the same. Right now, we're at the very beginning of where VR and AR exist. So if you compare VR and AR to, say, a different medium, such as film, we're in the 1910s. We're in the time where people are using the first video cameras to record a play, because that is the understanding of the technology as we're at the very beginning. Really, I know VR existed in the 80s, in the early 90s, but let's be honest, it was poor. So now we're at the start of a very exciting journey, but we're running into issues. You're going to hear me say the words user experience a lot, because you get various issues with AR and VR currently, and frankly, it's not because of the software. It's because you, as a medium, people don't really truly understand it yet. People don't understand the pros and cons, or people don't understand what projects you should be looking at AR and VR for. In reality, virtual and mixed reality are so much more powerful than traditional mediums. Because psychologically, you remember experiences in VR and AR in a completely different way. If you, for example, are watching a film about a recent building that you've put up or a colleague has worked on, you remember that as something on your screen, but your mind is taking in data from the rest of the location that you're sitting in. If you turn that video into a virtual reality or AR experience, you remember that as a real-life memory, because that is your entire context at any one point in time. 10 minutes is not a long time to take you through the full ecosystem of what VR is, AR is, and where they're both going. I'm going to assume you've all got a fairly strong understanding. But has everyone had the chance to play with a Microsoft HoloLens? Good. That's so rare. You walk into a room, probably because they cost $3,000 a pop. But so now, and again, I'm going to relate back to user experience and where general user behavior is going, because in reality, a hindrance right now, technology is at a state of time where everything is possible. If you want to build a 50-foot Android robot with facial recognition in its fingers, you can build that. You've only got two hindrances: time, money. That's what I believe anyway. So nowadays, also where computing power and bandwidth is today, realistically, every idea that you can potentially have utilizing VR or AR is possible. You've got two hindrances: time and money. Right now, because of where the actual technology is, the technology base is splintered. So you've probably seen, you're probably all familiar with the different types of headsets, but you can split them into three distinct areas. And basically, it's grouped on consumer accessibility, meaning price point. The stuff that isn't really that immersive, but super accessible, are things like 360 videos. Is AR like Pokemon Go? Pretty much just a picture on top of a picture. But then as you start to be able to invest time to innovate further, you get a kind of mid-contradiction, which is your mobile VR headsets like Google Daydream, like the Samsung Gear. In AR, actually, if anyone saw the new Facebook developers conference, it's contextualized mobile augmented reality, which I'm doing a secret project on that I can't tell anyone about. But Facebook also at the same time have stolen my thunder, and they've just announced that they are integrating and opening the tools to contextual augmented reality to all their users. What I mean by contextualized augmented reality is that it will use every feature on your phone to contextualize a digital 3D object in any space. So let's take, I'm going to use Hoxton Square as an example because it's outside my office and very easy to relate to. You can run an installation in Hoxton Square where 100 users can come down and have exactly the same experience through all the data sets that the mobile phone is running through the program. So it knows that the big red trainer is at this point using GPS coordinates. It understands from the gyroscope and everything from your phone which direction you're holding it at. It allows live rendering of the light to affect how you're viewing that. So we're getting to a point where even on your mobile phone devices, which 1 minute, okay. And finally through to VR and AR, which to me is, as I said at the beginning, it is one medium. The only difference is whether there's a background or not. Obviously, that's a little bit facetious, and there are lots of different elements to take into consideration, but it's only because we are so early in the entire ecosystem. In 10 years, you will have one headset. You'll be able to filter and augment and map your location, and it will be the same experience. And I think the big takeaway here is that this is where the world is going. The world is going from flat design, i.e. everything you've been doing on a print poster, then on a TV screen, then on a mobile phone, to spatial design, which then comes very much into BIM. It comes into the fact that you're giving everything context, you're giving everything a data structure behind it, And fairly soon in the future, we will be using headsets far advanced of what are available at the moment. And every interaction will be via spatial design. I've run out of time. I'm only halfway through, but thank you very much.